All right, cool. Salah versus Slot versus Carragher. To be honest with you, a lot has gone down since the last time we recorded. Salah has done an outburst on an interview, obviously talking about how he's been benched, how he doesn't feel like he deserves to be benched, how he's done enough for the club to earn his spot without having to work for it. Some things I agree with, some things I disagree with. Obviously, I want to know you lot's opinions as outsiders to the whole thing. We got Sandeep here, we got Snow here as well, Theo, taking Tunde's spot today, which I don't like because I know Tunde would agree with me on some of these points today, but we got a prime Salah hater in the room today.
I hate this guy.
Where do we start? Should we start on the interview to begin with?
Yeah, go on.
So obviously he's come out and he said that he feels like he's lost his relationship with the manager. He feels like there's no relationship anymore. He hasn't got communication with Arne Slot. And he's obviously been benched 3 games in a row. Where playing Inter Milan today, he wasn't on the plane, obviously, which I understand. I think that's completely fine. You can't talk out and then go along with the club to the next game. It looks bad on the club at the end of the day. Where do you guys sit on the situation? I think it's very, very clear. I've worn my most Salah shirt today. Obviously, you can't see it. But I stick with Salah. I think you've got to stick with the club legend that's been here 8 years compared to a guy that's been here 1 year.
You know when you get told off by your parents and they say it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Yeah.
He's gone about it totally the wrong way.
Cool.
Number one, he's gone to some B-Tech news reporters. Yeah.
Well, would it have been better if you went to Sky?
No.
It wouldn't have.
No, but...
It wasn't even official. It was like he's just done it on us. It seems like he's done it on the spur of the moment.
We all found out, by some random guy who decided to record it.
Some Swedish reporter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or Norwegian, one of the two.
It's what he said, like no one's asked him questions. He just come out on a random re-roll, talking nonsense. Yeah. And he made it too vague. He's come out and said that someone's thrown under the bus. He's not named any names. If you're gonna come out with chess, at least say who's thrown under the bus. Because now the speculation with this, Edwards, Slot, FSG.
But he said he thinks someone's throwing him under the bus. He doesn't know who it is.
Okay, but then at least make some clarity. You can't just because everyone thinks it might be Slot. Yeah. Now people think if it's your teammates.
It's not a teammates. I can tell you for free, it's not a teammates.
But apparently there's been a divide because German reporters reported this a month ago.
German reporters. Come on now, man. They reported that last season as well when I got our first loss of the season.
Okay. And it's not against Salah's nature to be a problem.
He is a problem. I agree with that. Every time he's gone to the media, it's been calculated. I know we spoke about it, about how you said every time he comes out, it's always about him, right? Yeah. He's very self-centered. He's got a massive ego. I personally think if you have a superstar on your team, they should have an ego. That's what makes a superstar at the end of the day. Mbappe will do the same thing. Ronaldo will do the same. We've seen Ronaldo do the same thing. We've seen Mbappe do the same thing.
Salah's not on that levels. Salah's not on them levels.
Salah's not a superstar. And Salah is on that level, especially for Liverpool Football Club.
Right, I can understand how Carragher has said that he's choreographed it with the agent. Yeah. He's done it it looks like it's a spur of the moment thing. Looks like he's just hot-headed after being benched 3 games in a row. But the thing is, man, there's ways to go about these things. Like we've had it a few years ago with Lukaku. Like Lukaku was on top form with us, dropped off a bit, and then he went over to Italy, done a mad interview, and then we just chopped it, and that was the end of his Chelsea career. And it's like I really wanted him to do well, but that's a whole other thing. The point is, Salah, you can't go to a random media outlet and just say these things. Like you have to go firstly, if you have a problem with the manager, speak to the manager, keep it within the club. You don't want any unnecessary press attention, especially as Liverpool are in a bad run of form right now. Yeah. To the point where you're getting hammered in the press every week. The manager's getting hammered in the press every week. You don't need another bad thing surrounding your club. And that's why I can understand some players might be annoyed with it because it's, again, unnecessary heat coming on the team again. And it's frustrating that he's not playing for him. But the thing is, if you're not good enough, he's been a club legend at Liverpool. Yeah. Yes, he's won everything you can win, but no one's bigger than the team. And 8 years of service does not mean that you should be starting week in, week out. I agree. Especially when you've been putting up wash performances week in, week out this season.
Number one thing, you know what it is? You know if you had done an interview in the past 2-3 months when you went, utter shit, and come out and said, we're going to try hard, we're going to do this and that, then I would have understood it. But he's not done one interview showing face after a loss, after a poor performance, nothing. He's only come out when it's looked at for his best interest. And I can't lie, I don't care what people say about how much credit he's got in the bank. You're on 400k a week. I've not seen one good performance this season.
Pause everything for a second, I agree that when he said he has credit in the bank and that should warrant a start regardless. I don't agree with that. I think you've got to play for your spot. I think his credit in the bank means he shouldn't be benched and not play a single minute when we've tied against Leeds. I think when you're looking at someone to sub on,
that's right.
In that sort of game, especially when it was 2-2, we were tied up. You're looking at your options on the bench. Surely Salah's the guy to come on. You
scored within 4 minutes, bro.
It's regardless.
But you wouldn't have known that though. That's the thing. Like, and also if he'd have come on earlier or whatever, he would have. He could have arguably can't get my words out. Could have won the game for you lot.
My other thing is, so obviously, I don't agree that he has credit in the bank. He should start regardless. However, I do agree with part of the credit in the bank thing because there are certain guys, for example, Cody Gakpo. No secret, I don't like Cody Gakpo. I've made it very clear to everyone. That guy starts almost every game for us, right? One game this season, he got hooked at halftime and Slot brought on Salah. And then we played better and for some reason, Gakpo started the next game again. There are certain players in this team that are starting games week in, week out. For example, Konate as well. Where I'm looking at
valid though because there's not much.
You can still play Gomez. You can
Gomez,
still play
Gomez. You've got that young Italian guy.
No, he's injured right now.
Oh,
he's injured for like almost the end of the season.
I didn't know that.
But there's certain guys that are starting week in, week out, which kind of eliminates the whole point of you're not playing good enough. You shouldn't be starting.
This season, Gakpo's been better than Salah.
He hasn't.
Yes, he has.
You can't argue Gakpo's been better than Salah when every time I watch 90 minutes of Liverpool every week, 3 times a week, right? Okay. I watch Gakpo cut in, ignore Kirkes on the left, shoot, goes to the sky, rinse, repeat, over and over and over and over and over again.
He's more effective in the 90
He's not more effective. They've got the same output this season. This is a myth. He's not doing better than Salah on goals or assists. They're the same. They're the same right now. And I know with my eyes who is more dangerous on the ball out of the two of them. One of them is super predictable and does nothing with the ball. One of them can still play a pass that will lead to something. I saw in the City game and the Chelsea game, there were a couple times where Salah whipped the ball in. Cody Gakpo was at the end of it. Nothing comes from it after it. It's frustrating. And also there's moving on to the Jamie Carragher thing, because Slot, at the end of the day, Slot's sort of valid in what he's doing because his job is on the line. He needs to make things move. He needs to change things up because he needs results ASAP. At the end of the day, Salah didn't start 3 games in a row. We didn't lose any of the games, which is, I mean, you can look at the fixtures, but at the end of the day, that's what it is, right? We haven't lost any of those games. But moving on to what Carragher said, this is where I think it gets a bit ropey. Firstly, this guy said he should have passed the Wirtz to square it to him in the game against Frankfurt when we were winning 5-1. He said he should have squared it to Wirtz to boost his confidence. You don't know how much I like Wirtz and I want him to succeed, yeah? We did not bring in a guy for £115 million for our best player to hold his hand, change his diapers.
Pity goals.
But give him flipping Vic-Star treatment, bro. Give him Make-A-Wish treatment. He's not a Make-A-Wish kid.
No, but it does give you confidence.
It doesn't matter. My £115 million player should make a goal himself. He should be able to score himself. He doesn't need a tap-in.
No, but you tell me all the time, if he's done good passes, he has to finish.
I agree with that, but that's not what Carragher said. He said he should have squared it to him, held his hand, gave him a pity goal because that's what we brought him in for. And then he also spoke about he's thrown the club under the bus. I don't understand the whole thing of if you choose Salah, you think he's bigger than the club. I don't think he's gotten at the club at all. He's made his statements clear against the manager.
Yeah, I think two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah, I think the what's it called? Like the post reaction to it has affected the club as well in the meanwhile. But I don't think it was his aim to hurt the club. His aim was to speak out against the manager. And also, when you're backing Liverpool, I think you're more likely to back the club by backing our player that's proven to us he can do it time and time again for 8 years over a guy that won the league last season, came in last season off the back of the other guy he's arguing with. It doesn't really make sense to me about, if you back Slot, you're backing Liverpool.
But Slot's not come out and said he has an issue with Salah. That's the thing.
No, but my problem with Slot is I think it comes down to man management and communication. Salah said in the interview he hasn't heard anything from Slot, which is why he's speaking out, because he's been benched 3 times in a row and they haven't spoken about it. Slot came out the other day, he said he hasn't spoken to Harvey Elliott. Cool, fair enough, he's not our player anymore. It's very clear he's got communication issues with Chiesa as well, because Chiesa isn't starting any games. He comes out in an interview saying, Chiesa plays really well when he comes on. Why don't you start him instead of Gakpo then? They play the same position. Why don't you start him? It's clear certain players have issues with the manager, right? My other thing is, he said Carragher said he threw Trent under the bus for the last 8 years. because he didn't help him out defensively. Yeah. Do you know how it done my head in?
That's ridiculous. I can't lie, because I was thinking about this. Yeah, if you look at any star team over the past 10 years, Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, Salah, Hazard, those type of players, Neymar, like, they get the bye because they're that good. They'll win you the game by themselves.
You don't need them to track back.
They're that good. They're on a literal level of themselves, and that means the rest of the team will know I've got to work 10% harder or 5% harder to make up for one player not coming back and defending. But the rest of the team will be fine with that, because when they're in the shit and they're 2-0 down, and a player like Salah or whoever can come on or can literally turn a switch on in their brain and just win them the game, then they're not complaining about, it's not coming back to help me defend and that. And the thing is, Trent knew that, and it's not like you had it's not like you had defensive issues for those 8 years. You know what I mean? You've had a successful 8 years. You've won trophies. I think it's poor to bring that up. Because he hasn't brought that up when you lot were winning stuff. So why bring it up now?
He said he bit his tongue on it and he didn't want to mention it until now that Salah's spoken out. The only other things I'm going to mention about Carragher is obviously the big statements, right? He's come out. This is meant to be criticizing Salah on an interview that he said. He's brought up, at the end of the day, Salah was just a Chelsea reject.
Which is true.
It is true, but
before
there's
he came
no
to
need
Liverpool,
to bring it up.
No, but you don't understand his point. He was trying to say that.
I get what he's saying. Yes, he's a superstar, but at the end of the day...
No. He was
saying Liverpool made him.
Yes, he's trying to say that he is... Salah has not become this world-class legend for Liverpool by himself. If it wasn't for Mane, Firmino,
agreed,
Henderson, all these Ronaldo that were at the foundation of this Klopp thing, you wouldn't be half as successful as you are.
Okay,
but it's not like a Hazard where Hazard had not a lot of quality around him and he worked with what he had.
Yeah, but
Liverpool had world-class beaters on their team.
Cool. Forget all of that for a second, because yes, I agree with that. Yes, obviously you need your teammates alongside you to play well.
Klopp.
We saw Messi when he won the Ballon d'Or in, I think, 18-19. He didn't win the league that season because his team around in Barcelona weren't good enough. He lost to us in Champions League semi-final that season as well. There are cases where the player is so good, but if your team around you isn't good enough, it doesn't mean anything, right? My problem with what he's saying is, he's a Chelsea reject. Didn't have to say it to begin with. I'll be honest with you. If you're a club legend, I'm never gonna say. I've seen people online slander Carragher saying, your whole career was shit with us, blah blah blah. You don't play 700+ games for Liverpool as a shit centre back. At the end of the day, I get
if you do watch him, he was whack.
Yeah, he was very average. I think he was average.
Watch Gianfranco Zola against him.
His career got saved by Gerrard Masterclass in a final and the FA Cup.
He played well in that final, Carragher.
How can you play well and concede 3 goals in the first half? Listen, come on, bro. That don't even make sense.
Obviously not from that first half, as in onwards. I don't think anyone played well in the first half. But my point is, I'm not going to sit here and slander him as a player, right? No. I've always said, I've been consistent. I thought he was just average. I don't think he was really bad. I don't think he was very good. And he was part of a few good defenses for us as well. However, he's going on about, I don't want you to throw my club under the water. I get he's a Scouser, whatever. We've seen him in an Everton kit, firstly. Yeah, so saying my club is kind of egregious. An
Everton fan.
Yeah, and also, he says my club.
It's not more his club than anyone else's club. And another thing is that I don't like the fact that Carragher's been that disloyal to him. I don't like Salah. I can't lie. I don't like Salah. But there's loyalty in the game. Yeah. You should have loyalty amongst your team. And especially when things get tough, you should literally, everyone should be one unit, fans, players, manager, the bloody tea lady, whoever. Everyone should be one unit, trying to defend the club. You should not be bringing criticism on your own club. I get it's a big thing, it's in the news every week. And I feel personally that he's been sitting on this for a little while. Because you don't come out after Salah's just had... Yes, he's come out and said all these things, but one interview, But let's be one 3-minute interview, and he's come out and slandered him.
No, but I guarantee you, Carragher's got he's got inside information.
What I will say as well,
he was at the club for donkey many years. Yeah. He's definitely connected to that club. He knows people in the inside that are probably.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Been sitting on it for a minute.
He probably knows internal issues that I've gone through.
Yeah.
And cool. He's not had the best of relationship with Van Dijk either.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And
half our players don't rate him.
Yeah, I know, but. There must be stuff inside the club that he knows that we're not privy to, which have made him dislike Salah, which probably aren't warranted for disliking the guy, because I'll be real. As much as I don't care what players do, if they bring me trophies, that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Bro, bring me all the trophies in the world, I'll be a happy guy. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure any ex-player would be the same. Like JT on the social media thing, I guarantee you, if the Chelsea boys won the league this season,
Terry came out and backed Salah.
Like,
I guarantee Ferdinand came out and backed Salah.
He's in his comments right now. The thing is, like, another, like, an example, Gary Neville. He doesn't slate United nowhere near as he slates Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City. Nowhere near the level. And yes, as you're trying to watch it as a neutral or something like that, and you're trying to look at it with a balanced mind, and he's just always backing United no matter what shit state they're in. Yeah. Because they've been crap for almost 15 years now. Yeah. Literally, he's always
been optimistic about them.
Exactly. But the thing is, as much as you dislike it, as trying to watch it as a fan or as a neutral, trying to look at it with a level head, you can respect it because he's back. He hasn't brought any heat on his club. Yes, he's had the odd outburst now and then, but look at how bad United have been over the last 15 years, well, 12 years, sorry, compared to Liverpool over the last 12 years. Like, Liverpool, you've had your best period since, like, the 70s. Yeah. United have had their worst period since the 60s. Yeah. Since probably before even the Busby babes, like pre-World War II times. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but what can you do?
I think they have to find, as a pundit, especially as an ex-legend, you've got to find a balance between giving fair criticism to a club, but also understanding there's certain points where you shouldn't add fuel to the fire. I get...
just keep it to yourself.
I get Salah brought him up in the interview, which is fair enough. Salah said, I know Jamie Carragher is probably going to speak about me after this, which probably... It gives him license to speak about it after that, right? Carragher could have just stayed quiet on it. Obviously, clicks, he works on the media, he's not going to stay quiet on it. I get that, I completely understand that. I do think him talking, it felt more like a personal attack than a criticism. Him bringing up Chelsea reject, him bringing up, you joined your Egypt's best player as soon as you joined the national team, they stopped winning AFCONs without bringing up context behind it. And also he said, you're a Chelsea reject, you were nothing without Liverpool, look at what Liverpool gave you. I think he also has to reverse it and say, look at what Salah gave Liverpool. We won nothing without Salah. For a whole decade straight, we had one League Cup. The decade before Salah joined, we had one League Cup to our name. That was it.
Yeah, but I don't think
I get there were other players that come into play, especially for the 1920 season and the 18-19 season when we won the Champions League and Premier League.
You didn't sign Salah and win. You won stuff after Van Dijk came in.
Yeah, I get that. But then also you then look at the Premier League we won last season.
Yeah, no.
That was off the back of Salah alone. So I feel like that argument is kind of faded because he's talking about, Liverpool's paying you all this money, the contract, 400k a week. He earned that money. He earned it already. We knew as fans, and the board must have known, we're paying him and Van Dijk the same. We gave them contract extensions, knowing they might full well just fall off by the time the season starts. But we're happy to give them that because they're club legends and they earned the right to have those contracts.
Also, you can't forget last season. People have got very, very short memories. Yeah. Literally this year, Liverpool won the league.
Exactly.
Salah was top scorer in the Prem? Was he?
No.
In the Premier League last season, he was top scorer and assister.
Exactly. So he was top scorer, top assister. He was a pivotal part, probably Liverpool's best player or second best player.
Yeah, he was the best. He was the best in the league.
And it's like, how can you forget that? Yeah, he's had a poor few months, but I remember Hazard I keep referring to Hazard because it's a similar level player that we had at Chelsea. When Hazard went through a bad patch in the 15-16 season, you don't go out, and obviously he wasn't coming out and speaking to the press, and it wasn't like this, but Chelsea was performing very badly, and we just won the league the season before. Hazard had been our best player the season before. And you don't go out and slander your best players and forget what they've done for you literally a few months ago. Like, we're not even talking years. It's not like Salah's saying, 5 years ago, I won you that Champions League. He's saying this year, I won you not he won it, but if he wasn't in that team, did Liverpool win the league? No. Exactly. So
I saw a stat. If he wasn't in our team, take away all his goals and assists from last season, we come 16th in the league without him. I'm going to round it off.
Of course, you'd have another player instead, but still, you're not going to.
Do you think he goes in Jan?
I don't think I've seen enough reports suggesting that we want to keep. It's up to him really. If he wants to leave, then he leaves. But if it's up to the club, they want him to keep his.
If a bid comes,
to go for his contract.
I think he's definitely going in January, and he's not. But he's going on loan. I reckon they're just going to loan him out.
They'll want money for him, man.
What do you mean? He's got 2 years on his contract.
Yeah, but next year, people are not going to... They can get 60 mil. They can get 60 mil from him.
I think we can get more. I think Saudi will come in.
But how much can they get in summer then?
Not much, bro.
Well, they can, because it's only literally
but
4 months.
Where would he go on loan to, though? Because no one's gonna pay
Saudi.
Them. But no one's gonna pay them. No, Saudi don't do loans like that.
Yeah, yes, they do.
No, they want him there and then.
No, Saudi will loan him, man. I'm telling you.
Let's round it out like this. Who do you think lasts longer out of the two? Slot or Salah?
Who lost?
Who lost longer?
But Slot. I
guarantee you. Slot. I think Slot's there till the end of the season.
If Slot wins every game, okay. Let's be real, not every game. If he wins 75% of his games now from now.
No, but keep it realistic. He's not going to win 70% of his games from now until whenever, right? You keeping it realistic based on what you think. Give me a quick answer. Who do you think is going to stay longer out of Slot and Salah?
Slot.
Slot.
I think Salah.